Hello, welcome to my channel. In this episode, we want to continue with polynomials, but we will take addition and subtraction of polynomial for this section. If you are new, consider subscribing to the channel, like and share. Now, what we need to do under addition and subtraction is just as normal additions and subtractions we have, but in this kind of subtractions we are going to make use of like terms more often. Our addition and subtraction is going to be based on like terms, and when we say like terms, we are only referring to same variables of the same power. So if I have a variable as 3x squared, this is x, let's say 4x to the power 3, we know that this is the same variable. This is variable x, this is variable x. Now these two are not like terms because even though they are the same variable, they are not having the same power. So to have a like term, one, you must have what? Same variable. That is the first one. The second one, we have to have what? Same power, as in the same exponent. So if I'm to add these two terms, this monomial to this monomial, as in 3x squared plus 4x to the power 3, my answer remains the same. Meaning, even though I have the same variable, but the powers are different, so they are no more like terms. These become unlike what? Terms. So they become like term if it is 4x plus 7x. We know they're the same like terms. The reason why we are calling this like terms because we can easily add. We know if I send my mind back into factorization, I can see there's a common factor, even though 4 and 7 don't have a number in common. X and x are common. So I can take my x out as a common factor, then 4 plus what? 7. And we know in this bracket, I can have my x to be equal in the bracket to be what? 11. And we know when we multiply, a constant comes before a variable. So I will still have my 11 what? X. So if I want to add this, I can only have the smallest power to be my common factor. So if I take the smallest factor out, as in x squared, dividing 3x squared by x will leave with 3. Dividing 4x to the power 3 by x squared will give us 4x. And there is no way you can add 3 to 4x to get a reasonable number. So this also become unsolved situation. So before you can add or subtract any polynomial or any algebraic terms, make sure they are the same variable and they have the same what? Power. This is the first thing I want to explain before we start into that. The second thing is that the definition says that it's a sum of terms, but there are instances we have 4x squared minus what? 7x. Then you ask yourself, if you are saying that polynomials is just the summation of terms of variables, then work from the minus. This minus could also be 4x squared plus 7x plus minus 7x. So we are adding minus 7x to 4x. So that's why we are saying that it's addition of terms. So this could also be written. So if this is out of the way, then you are given, let's say, this to add or to subtract. If you are to add, we know that this could also be addition, whereby changing this, shifting it to become 7x minus 7x plus. So this could also be addition. Now, what happened in here is that anytime there's a negative in front of a bracket, we always make sure the sign in the bracket changes. So if I want to borrow the idea here, this could also be given as 4x to the power 3, 2x squared plus 4, still in a bracket, plus into bracket. You see the plus. So the negative is shifted into the bracket. So if I shift this negative in, it becomes what? Minus x to the power 3. And don't forget the negative here is affecting the bracket. Meaning all the element in the bracket is affected by the negative. So since I shift it in to the x to the power 3, it must also go to the 2x squared. So it also go in to become 2x what? Squared. That is why we are always saying that anytime there is a negative in front of a bracket, the sign in the bracket what? Changes. The sign in the bracket will change. So if I remove this bracket, the negative come back to the front. Then if I bring the bracket, it is still becoming a factor of that. Alright, I think these are the two things that we need to hold keen when we start the addition and subtraction of what? Polynomial. Alright, so let's check this out. You have to perform the indicated operations and simplify. So in this, we can see this is addition. This is going to be subtraction. Now in addition, we can either do it horizontally or we do it what? Vertically. Okay, so if you want to do a vertical addition, it means we have to add. Therefore, the operation addition comes. So 3 plus, that is 3 plus minus 6. That is going to be 3 minus 6. And that will give us minus 3. Then this is also going to be minus 5x plus minus 8x. So minus 5 plus another minus 8. And that will give us minus 13x. So we come to this place. We are arranging them because they are all having the same power. So they are like terms. So this is going to be 7 plus 2. And obviously that will be 9. Your x squared will come. Then we have our plus. This is going to be minus 9 plus 13. Meaning minus 9 plus 13 or 13 minus 9. Since this is smaller than this, we will have what? 4. So 4x to the power 3 will be our answer. But for the same question, if you want to do it in a horizontal way, meaning you are going to open the bracket and group like terms. So with this, we have, so after removing the bracket, you are now going to group those with the same power together, meaning minus 9x to the power 3 plus 13 to the power 3. This is going to be in one bracket if you want, plus 7x squared plus 2x squared if you want to group them. Then this is going to be, we have minus 5x. This is also going to be minus 8x. If I'm going to group in bracket, it means this become negative, so it will change to positive. Then I have plus 3 minus what? 6. So you can see that x to the power 3 are in one bracket, x to the power 2, x to the power 1, then the constant. We can also go ahead and perform our subtraction or addition, or we can still find out what we have as factorization. As in minus 9 plus 13 in one bracket, x to the power 3, this is the common factor, plus 7 plus 2, common factor will be x squared. Then here we are going to have minus 5 plus what? 8, all having what? X. Then I have what? Negative 3 as that subtraction. So since we are having this in a bracket without the x, we can easily perform our subtraction or addition. And this is going to be 4. So 4 times x to the power 3. This is going to be 9 times x to the power 2 minus, this is going to be 13. So 13x, negative and positive, always the negative dominates. So we have a negative 3 as our final answer. So you can see we get the same answer if we were to do it in a vertical way. We get the same answer. If we were to do it in a horizontal, that is where you need to group them term by term. You have to also know that it is not always that there will be corresponding what like terms. There will be question by in this first term there will be no x squared, but there will be x squared here. It means there is no counterpart for x squared. If you like, we can introduce that by saying 0x squared, which is still the same as 0 before you perform your subtraction. So I will leave this because of the negative. Don't forget, we are going to shift the negative in to affect all the sign in the bracket. Do that and share with me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and comment. Bye-bye.